What it do is good, what's popping, y'all? It's your homie ATM.
It's your boy O.
And we are the Lingo, baby. And today, actually, I'm not going to be the one kicking us off, really. I'm going to let O kick us off.
Yo.
You know, our guest is more so your guest. So, please do the honors.
Yo, today we have the one and only Shuttleboy in the building. You go by Shuttleboy as he's an artist, rapper from, you're from Manhattan, right? The towns.
Harlem.
You gotta say Harlem. No, you can't say it's the same thing. Come on, don't do that to yourself.
That's
an
argument I have a lot of times.
Yeah,
like
Harlem is its own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you not from Manhattan.
So
I'm from Harlem.
World. I never knew that about you. So we got Harlem World in the spot. Y'all know him, Shuttleboy, but I know his brother Will.
Yes,
we go way fucking back,
yes,
man.
sir.
So I'm really happy to have you here. Let you introduce yourself to the people.
Same. My name is Shuttleboy. Damn, yeah, that's pretty much it.
He was like, yeah, you feel like y'all got it. Like,
I didn't come with no introduction, but shit, my name is Shuttleboy.
Nah, I don't think, I feel like it's so funny to see, the growth of the person, who's here in front of me right now. Because I knew you since, freshman year of high school, and, I
appreciate that.
going through, I don't know, we were all going through that weird, phase, just being in the lunchroom, just talking about, I'm going varsity, bro. I just talking about basketball stats,
strictly.
Stuytown hooping,
yep.
just bugging every day after school, just some weird hoop dream shit.
Yep. I'm pretty sure we all had hoop dreams.
Not me.
Well, at one point.
Listen, I got cut from JV first tryout, right? And I was like, word. Literally the next day, I start fucking going to my after school shit. I'm getting to the money now.
Wow.
And then the coach wants to be like, why'd you stop coming? I'm like,
I remember that. I remember that.
I remember that. I wanted to see a dedication. I wanted to see if you would come back. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? You Hallmark movie?
Not that. Not
my dedication.
Yeah, I want to see some dedication.
Bro, stop playing with me.
He did that a lot. He did that to me. I got
All-Stars.
I got cut the first time.
Hey, bro, but
he went back.
He
made me go to after the team was picked. He made me go to every single practice, every single I'm like, okay. And I think it was. No, he recut me. I got cut twice.
Wow, that's so deep.
I got cut the first time, and then I kept going. Then he was like, all right, yeah, you're officially not on the team. And then I think it was sophomore year. Mm-hmm. He cut me again, and then he told me to keep coming.
But speaking of, because, we always talk about our guests. We got to. I don't know, for him, it was, unexpected. He told me, he was like, yo, when he started making music, I was listening to it, and I was like, wait. Will made it? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was its own thing on its own, that apparently your personality didn't, at least in high school, didn't add up to, this person's gonna make music.
I feel the same way. I think Amari's seen it. I feel like I was a different person every year in high school.
Yes.
Every year I went through my phases.
Okay.
I had a different.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I was heavily influenced by Travis Scott and Kid Cudi.
Okay.
I feel like when I went to, even the way of me dressing and speaking were because of them. I feel like it's weird to explain, but if you understand, you understand. So it's the first year I felt like I was heavily into Cudi, and I was even dressing like him, and even the ASAP Mob, I was fucking trying to dress like Ferg and shit.
Right.
And then sophomore year is when I discovered Travis Scott, and it was just over.
Yeah, absolutely.
From then on, it was just
that's it. It was literally the Soho, Zara, ripped jeans, Vans, Popular Flame,
dad hats, and
shit.
Ripped. Yo, I don't know if you remember when I ripped my hoodie.
It went with it. Everything was ripped, bro. Just being downstairs, in the basement, just.
But that's always the person who I've always been. I always wanted to be different. I always not to simply stand out or just get attention. I just liked being different. I hate it sounds maybe you can say just stand out a little bit, but it's just I always just wanted to be different. I just can't. I look at other people and I'm just I just can't be them niggas. I can't. I can't. And I feel like it was thanks to Cudi.
What about Cudi that made you feel like you can express yourself through this way, or mold yourself like this more or less than other people?
Cudi is very transparent with his music. So that's another thing I'm actually working on. I want to be more transparent with my upcoming music and stuff like that. But even just expressing yourself and being how you want, whoever you want to be, not giving a fuck basically. I feel like I got that a lot from Cudi. I definitely learned that from Cudi. Travis a little bit but it's like, because he comes, like, he's another kid that came from Cudi as well.
Right.
Like, that's the way I see it. I see it like Cudi started this, and then all these other people just follow through.
Yeah.
And it's not just simply for the music, it's just who he is as a human being. A lot of people just, like, adapted that from him.
No, I'll definitely say that. And there's definitely a vulnerability in Cudi's music. He's never been afraid to talk about, like, his mental health or, like, what's going on in his life, and then how he, like, you know, feeling, you know, isolated from society, you know. And I feel like that's real. You don't really hear... I never really hear Cudi talk about the things he has. I feel like he always talks about the things he's going through.
With my music, I try to talk about the things I want, not the things I have. So if you, like, listen closely, I'll do that a lot. I do that a lot, especially on my upcoming stuff. I've been focusing on...
It's manifesting.
Yes, manifesting. Every day I wake up, nobody knows this. Every day I wake up, I say I'm going to be famous.
As you should.
Every day I wake up. That's the first thing I do.
Put that shit right out into the universe, homie.
And I say it out loud. My mother sometimes she hears me. She's like, this motherfucker's
like,
crazy.
What the fuck was that?
This motherfucker is crazy.
No, as you should, for real.
But yeah, that's exactly, like, where my mindset's been. I just want to, like, manifest everything. Like, I am a strong believer in manifesting things. What were we talking about Cudi again?
Him being transparent in his music, talking about what he's been through and not what he has.
Yes.
You talking about what you want.
Yes.
Right.
Another thing with Cudi too, not to go far off topic. I feel like I relate so much to Cudi. Like, soundtrack to my life, it's literally like soundtrack to my life. So like, even like him talking about older sister, trying to do anything she could do for him. My older sister always been like that with me. Single mother and stuff like that.
Also, like, artists too, right?
Yes.
Aim for the art.
Yes, aim for the heart. She's freaking magnificent. She's killing shit. So she's also a teacher now too.
Oh wow,
nice.
Yeah, she's fucking great. That's another big influence on me too.
Word. Was it always like a household that inspired creativity? Like, was that a big thing for your family?
Yes. With my sister, I would see her draw something, and I'll stay quiet, and I'll go to my own corner. I'll draw my own shit.
Right.
But it'll be the same thing she's doing, but I'll see if I can do it better. That's just like, and I'm not very competitive, but I'll try to be.
Okay.
So I learned that from my sister as well. Like, okay, she can do that. I can do that as well.
Interesting, just to see, like...
Yeah, and I appreciate
like
that. Yeah. And she didn't, I don't even think she knows this. I don't even think she knows this. I would always do that. I would always do that shit.
I hope she sees this.
I'm definitely going to send this.
No, yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I need to get one of those aim for the heart hats.
Yeah, I'm telling her, I want her to do, she's doing a lot of commissions for people. Like, a lot of, like, huge, like, mirror, like boards and shit. Like,
oh, wow.
Canvases and stuff, I mean. But she's been stuck in this whole teacher thing. But I want her to do more clothing.
Hey man,
I want to do more
big
clothing.
Break coming up as of this recording.
Yeah.
A few days to the holidays.
Today's like the last day for teachers.
Yep.
Yeah. Today's one of the last.
Another thing, I want her to do my merch. I want her to do merch for me. That would be fun. Delapo too. I want Delapo.
Yeah, bro.
We got to do that soon.
Shout out Delapo. Shout out The Way of Life.
Delapo is
clothing brand.
Yeah, I fuck with this shit. You already know.
It's crazy to see that, like, I'm literally looking at everyone just like I knew from like high school, like at a table, we're just sitting around at a table, just shooting shit about nothing, bro. Like some random basketball player stats, like heavily disputing who's whatever.
Yes.
And then now everyone's just on their own lane. Like, but I feel like everyone kind of like disappeared post high school. You know, like I know you ended up going to Broome, right?
That's where I got close to her stuff on. Well, Psyche Beats.
Psyche Beats.
Psyche. Yes. So with Stefan, that's where I got closer. You know what I told Stefan as well the other day? I said, yo, I feel like this is a part of the story, and we're all going to meet each other somewhere down the line. Like, we're all going to be up there, and it's going to come full circle around, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like, I feel it. I feel like Delapo is going to be very successful. I feel like Stefan is going to be very successful. Hopefully, I feel like I'm hopefully going to be very successful. Even you, like, I feel like this is all going to come full circle around. We're just going to be up there, like, we're not even going to be in New York type shit, I feel like. We're going to be in LA. Motherfuckers will be like, shit, like,
yeah, bro.
where you live at?
Yeah, same shit.
very movie.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel it's gonna happen.
No, absolutely, and bro, manifested, bro. I'm definitely gonna put it out there. But how was the college experience like played into like progression and the growth towards being like in your development as an artist?
Damn, you hit the nail in the coffin. So, college, it sort of like opened the third eye. That was the lowest point. It was the lowest point of my life, but also like the greatest like moment of my life. It was weird because it's like, yes, I'm experiencing new things. I'm living alone. I could do whatever the fuck I want, basically.
Right.
But that's not a great mindset when you're there to get a degree.
Right.
So that's where I was just like, I was fucked. So I was like, okay, I fell in love too much with just being alone and
the freedom.
And the freedom, yes.
Yo, y'all had like a crib freshman year. I used to see y'all shit. I'm like, Broome is giving it up, bro. Literally, it looked like.
Yo, we had a jacuzzi out right up
What?
front. We had
bro.
Chipotle, like literally 50 feet walk away from our house. From my window, I could see a pizza shop. And then we had 3 arcades, and it was so dope because it was like an apartment, and then they had houses on the other side. So like in my apartment, I lived with Brandon, and then downstairs in my same building, Stefan, Iman, and my boy Mikey lived there as well.
God.
Oh, and Daquan, they all lived in that crib. So it was just wild.
What?
And then I had Ja on the other side with some other boys that Ja fucked with that we became really close with as well. And it was just over. It was Sipes. We had Sipes at 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m., and then 12 a.m. if we're not tired. It was like scheduled Sipes. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, it was just lit.
Freshman year?
Yes,
Freshman
bro.
year,
I used
yeah.
to, bro. I used to be in fucking BBB in the P's, bro. We used to be in the P's.
We were in the
Wow.
B's,
And
essentially.
open up Snap. Look at this nigga SUNY Broome. I'm like, wow, what's going on? Like,
Shout out Broome, I guess.
son, that shit was crazy.
But we didn't live on campus. It was off campus.
Yeah, but I'm like, how did they even allow you?
But rent was so fucking. It was like $700 a month.
How did y'all...
Shit, that's
So Broome doesn't have a housing policy?
They do, but it was like if you lived in dorms, it's like you're not having fun at all.
No, I know, but like,
You're
my
not.
point is like, because our housing
You have no
policy was
option.
like, you had to live in dorms freshman and sophomore year.
Oh.
Well, sophomore year you could live in South Campus apartments, but...
Broome is a community college. I don't know if that has
Is
to do
it?
on, yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Broome is a SUNY, is it not?
It's
Yeah.
it's a SUNY, but it's a 2-year college. I guess they considered it community college.
Huh, I didn't know it was 2
Yeah,
years.
well, yeah. It's only 2 years.
Interesting. That's why they're like, nah, y'all don't got enough time for us to do no shit like that.
Word.
Wow.
That shit was it was like a highest point of my life because it was like, yo, like I don't think I was ever sober. Like no way in hell I was ever sober. But it also the lowest point of my life part, it was like I was super depressed, like super depressed. The relationship
college
I
will
was
do that
in,
to you,
yeah,
you know?
the relationship I was in just fell off. I knew I wanted to do music, but I wasn't doing it.
Okay.
So I would try just like to fuck with it and shit. And I'm just like, yo, why can't I? Like I get frustrated real fast. So, but with music, I didn't get as frustrated because I knew I wanted to do it.
Right.
So one day I just remember, I was like, Ma, I told my mother, I was like, send me a laptop. I don't give a fuck if it's broken or not. It was broken as shit. Fixed it up. Boom, I got a mic. My boy Max gave me his mic, gave me his audio interface. And I just got to work, and I was doing terrible music. But I felt so good because I was like, this is my voice on a track. Like,
yeah.
I feel like artists don't like.
Yo, that
That's-
shit
yeah,
is, that feeling
yeah,
is
yeah,
so fucking underrated, yo.
Yeah.
Because for real, like, especially when you actually, like, actively will listen to a beat, and even if you're just freestyling some shit in your head, you're like, I wonder if this sounds how I think it fucking sounds. And then you finally put it on and you're like, that's what the fuck I sound like on that beat, on that whatever, and you're just like, word. It doesn't matter if I release it, it doesn't matter if I'm just fucking around with it, it's the aspect of, like, yo,
I'm on a song. Like
I created it.
Yes,
like I finally created a product that I could hear, and it's not just my head replaying a loop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like my head be like on a like it's a fucking vinyl, and I'm like, all right, bro, I need to like physically hear this some way because this shit's not working out no more. No,
that's
I feel
exactly
that.
how I felt, and
Word.
I learned this from Cudi. Like at the time where I was trying to like, I don't want to talk about Cudi too much, like, but. At the same time I do, but
Listen.
so like
Your episode, right?
when I was developing like how to learn how to make music and stuff, I just knew I had a lot of like melodies come to me so fast. Like I would just have melodies coming out real fast. But I wasn't good with the word playing. So it was just like, how am I going to do this?
Word.
So I was just like, all right. So in the beginning, it was just a bunch of, get money, drive cars, fuck bitches. I'm like, this isn't me. So like, what am I really doing? Like, okay. So then I figured it out. So then that's when I fell into depression. And I've been depressed before when I was younger. But now when you're older, it hits you different. Yeah. Like, you know what it is. You acknowledge it. You're like, okay, like, this is exactly how I feel, and this is why I feel. When I was younger, I didn't know why I felt that. I just knew I felt that way.
Pure ignorance, bro.
Exactly.
It was blissful.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now that you know, like, you know,
now,
I definitely feel that.
Yeah. So in college, me being alone, it didn't help, because it was just like, okay, I'm here alone. I don't have any money. My dad doesn't work, and he can barely provide for himself. My mother lives off a disability check.
Right.
My sister's trying to figure out her own life. So I'm fucked. Like, I don't got money. They didn't even give me, what's this shit called? Student loans and refunds.
What? They didn't give me a loan? That's crazy.
None of that. What? I did get it, and it was only $200. We thinking I was about to get like a rack or two, and I'm like, yeah, my rent's paid off. No. So my mother ended up sending me every month her disability check. Every month. She only gets like $900, $700 every month.
That chick is not.
So that's already hitting me. Like, my mother's probably not even eating out there just to pay my rent, just so I can get a degree. I get my grades back. I would wake up every morning vomiting, like anxiety out the roof. There was just no way, hell impossible I was gonna make it to class.
Yeah.
So I got addicted to not going to class. Like, I would wake up at 8 and then just like get dressed and shit. I'm like, nope, not going. And then it became a thing. And then after that, I just kept dwelling on like all the shit that my relationship, my mom, my sister, my dad. And then finally I get my grades back at the end of the semester, and I got literally a 0 in every fucking class. Every single class. Wow. So then I get a call from my mother. And I'm sitting on the toilet, vomiting, just going crazy. Like, I don't even know what's going on. And my mother calls me. And my mother always yells. Dominican mothers always, like, when they're pissed, they're yelling. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They're going to yell. But my mother calmly picked,
that's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
My mother calmly tells me, this is another thing that I would never get out of my head, but I use it as fuel. She goes, you would never be like your sister. Because my sister already graduated from Oswego.
Okay.
Bachelor's degree and everything. She goes, you would never be like your sister, and you would never be I forgot exactly what was the second line. She said you would never be like your sister, and you would never fulfill my dream of having both of my kids finishing college, and hung up. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, wow, like, she just said that shit, like, and she meant it, because she didn't even let me speak. She said it calmly.
And hung up the phone.
Hung up.
Said, I'm just going to tell you what I got to tell you. Type shit.
Like, you figure it out type shit. Like,
but
I don't even think
I got to say.
Exactly.
Like,
I didn't even think I was going back home. I'm like, yo, this is life.
That's
now.
it.
Okay,
like, that's it. I don't have a home. Like, that's it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm going to be honest on this. After that, I threw up again, and I grabbed the bottle of Tylenol. I poured 100 pills on my hand. And I sat there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Like, I'm just do it. Like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of anything? But I knew I was too pussy to do it.
Nah, I was too pussy. Oh my god. Okay.
I knew I wanted to do it, but I knew I was too pussy to do it.
I'd be like that.
But I'm not thinking of me being pussy of doing it. I'm just like, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Yo, at the 2-minute mark of me just sitting there in my room with the pills in my hand, sitting on my bed, this motherfucker Brandon damn near breaks through my door. What the fuck you doing? Like, yo.
How did he know? What the fuck?
I have no clue. Yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, da-da-da. I just started bawling out. I'm like, yo, bro, like, this is going on, da-da-da-da. And he was just like, yo, like, shake the fuck up out of it. Like, we all sad, bro. Brandon was even sad, too. I never seen Brandon depressed, and Brandon was depressed, too. He was going through his own shit. And he was like, bro, and Ja, too. Ja was another one. Yeah, Ja was another one.
Niggas was all getting hit bad.
Yeah, and for all different types of reasons.
Right.
It was just weird as fuck. But then we were at the same time having the best time of our life. So it was a weird ass feeling. So I shake
Niggas
up.
was all coping.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
For real.
Barely hanging.
Yeah.
So we all like Brandon helped me shake up out of it, and I definitely got into a better mental state. I realized like if I would have done that, it would have been way worse for my mother.
100%.
Yeah.
Because yes, she can say it at the moment, but that's how she felt at the moment.
And you, like, I'm not gonna say like I know your mom, but like you know your mom, she probably would have blamed herself after that.
Exactly.
Especially that being the last thing she would have hated that was the last thing she said to you.
Yeah. That was another thing I actually thought about. I'm like, yo, that can't be the last thing she ever said to me. My mother will
she's
probably
gonna
kill
hate herself. Like she, no cap.
Like,
she's gonna hate herself after that because she's gonna be like, you know, like I didn't know, type shit. Yeah.
Actually, let me tell you about the first, because it was twice that it almost happened. The first time I got left back over some kid shit. I got left back because I didn't pass my, what was it, the fucking shit in middle school. It was some test, the
state exam
or some shit.
God.
I failed that shit, but I didn't know. I actually went to the doctors with my mother, and they told me I had like some type of phobia when it comes to tests.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I didn't even know that shit existed.
This shit, right?
So she asked me, she was like, how do you feel once you see an exam in front of you? I was like, I black out. I don't know what's going on once the paper hits my fucking table.
No way.
I blacked the fuck out. So she was like, yeah, like your child has some type of phobia towards tests. I was like, okay, all right.
All right.
So I failed that shit, and you know how middle school is. The only kids that would get left back are the ones that don't know English.
Yeah.
I was one of the 3 that got left back. And the other 2 didn't know jack shit. They didn't even know they got left back.
Kids, yeah.
They don't even know they got left back. They was just like, oh, like, what? We're repeating this?
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this class again?
No
like,
fuck your way.
So they telling me, like, yo, we got class together, bro. And I'm like, what? And I'm looking, and I'm like, yo, remember when this shit used to say, because I think they used to do classes by, like, so if you're in 6th grade, it'll be, like, 602 or some shit. Yeah. I think it was 7th grade that I got left back. I'm thinking I'm about to see 801 or some shit, or now my sister says 702, and the other 2 kids like, yo, we got 702 too, and them motherfuckers hyping shit, and I'm like, nah. That was my last day in that school.
Wow.
He said, nah.
I told my mother, I said, yo, we got to figure this shit out. I'm just not going back to that school. So my mother even got depressed. She was like, yo, like, why is my kid feeling this way? Da 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 da.
Right.
This is when I discovered Cudi. I used to sleep with a knife under my pillow. I didn't know what I was going to do with it.
Okay.
I was like, what, 12, 13?
Yeah, for protection.
No, I felt like I wanted to be gone. I didn't understand death that much.
Okay.
I just know I didn't want to be there. And I would sleep with a knife under my pillow.
Okay.
And headphones in my ears, and I'll be listening to Soundtrack of My Life on repeat.
Okay.
I would listen to the whole Man on the Moon 1 on just repeat. And I also discovered 808 and Heartbreaks during that time too.
Man.
Oof.
Yeah,
what an album.
Yeah. So
fuck that one up.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So when people used to say Cudi saved my life, I would never understand that shit. But then now that I'm older, I was like, yo, Cudi saved my life as well. Like,
Right.
When Cudi, like, even on this recent album, like, this recent, I don't know if you guys heard, that shit gives me fucking
I'm waiting. No, I'm waiting to trip.
They're waiting. They're waiting
Oh,
to listen
shit.
to the, you know, to
Oh, shit.
percolate.
That's going to be crazy.
Yo, bro.
Hey, don't say percolate.
Percolate? Oh, no perks?
It's not a perk.
You don't do perks?
I don't do pill. Oh, no, that's a lie.
No.
But we gotta bleep this whole section out. No cap. It's not a perk. You're about to do the same thing with me.
It was just a term of expression.
Percolate?
Yeah.
Alright, you got it. I guess.
Shit, don't percolate.
Don't percolate.
Don't percolate.
Yeah.
Now, so yeah, fuck yeah. So with that album, I really like. That was the first type of music that I really like understood. Like, I was like, okay, this is music. Like, this is like okay. Because back then you'll hear like Lil Wayne on the shit. Like, I'll wake up, I'll see Lil Wayne and shit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool, catchy song. Like, I would only listen to the songs because it was catchy. But no, like with these 2 albums, I understood words, I understood melodies, I understood like flows, I understood like everything sonically. Like, it was just like, okay, like this is great. So even in that times, I understood what was going on. Just, like, I didn't understand actually what was going on and stuff. All I know, my mother just packed our bags and she said, yo, we're moving to PA. I moved to PA. She bought a whole house out there. Mind you, my mother has no money. I don't know how the fuck she came up with that money. Boom. We got a house in PA, renovated it, fixed it up. and I lived out there, and I went to school out there. School out there, it was so weird because it's called Reading, PA. It's a small ass town right near Lancaster and Allentown, by where Donny Park is at. Like 45 minutes out there.
Knows.
Yeah.
Allentown.
Yeah, it's another Allentown, but literally think of every Spanish person in Brooklyn just living together in one small town.
Really?
And that was literally what it was. Every single person. There was only one school, one hospital.
Little town.
That's it. It was just a small town. So in that school, there was no like the gangs that were there was 4 gangs: North Side, East Side, South Side,
and West Side. Like
I don't even think there was a West Side actually. There was just 3 gangs. They had their colors and shit. They was repping this shit. I was just like,
what?
And I was just like,
OD.
I left Harlem for a worst environment. Like, fuck no. But it was wild. The teachers used to brawl in there. There used to be brawls.
What?
My first brawl was insane. Like, this was like,
you know the difference between a fight and a brawl. Like, brawl is a very descriptive word for
a kid told me, he's like, oh, wait till you see the brawls. I'm like, brawl?
No way. Like, he called
Fuck
it that.
What you talking about? What's a brawl? Like a fight or a brawl? Like, what's a brawl? Yo, my first one, I was in an elevator with 2 teachers. I wasn't supposed to be in an elevator, but the teachers knew I wasn't like on some fuck shit. Like, I wasn't a kid raising havoc and doing fuck shit. So she'll just let me ride the elevator every time that day. Yo, there happened to be 2 kids that jumped in the 3rd floor. They're like, oh, brawl time.
Who said that?
The 2 kids that came on the 3rd floor, because we started from the 4th floor going downstairs. And there was 2 teachers, me, and then the other 2 kids that came in. Brawl time. The teachers drop their clipboards, and I get in the corner, and I'm like, what's about to happen? Yo, the teachers just start swinging at the kids. I've never seen this shit like that a day in my life. Still to this day, I've never seen some shit like that.
They start swinging on the kids?
Yeah, because they just started fighting right then and there. I get out on the 2nd floor, because I didn't even make it to the 1st. I get out on the 2nd floor, and right in the 2nd floor, I think the cafeteria is right to the right. Yo, I'm seeing trays, but like I'm not even joking. Like, this was for real. Like, I make a right, and I see the lunch lady trying to fight the other kids trying to take the tray. It was Fridays. Every Fridays we get Domino's.
Y'all got Domino's pizza?
Yeah. I don't know who would pay for it, but motherfuckers got Domino's every Friday.
Public school?
Yes. It was the only school, like.
Yeah.
So
it's the school.
So I'm seeing the lunch lady fighting the kid trying to take the tray back and shit. The kid takes the tray, bangs it on the floor, throws that shit, gets another tray, gets a box of pizza, flings the motherfucker. I'm just like, yo, what is going on? I got on my knees and I started crying. I just stopped. Got on my knees, started crying.
I would have had to.
Like, I got in like a position like I thought motherfuckers was like gonna throw a bomb or some shit. Like, I covered my head and shit. I don't know what was going on. The same teacher comes out bleeding from her head, and she's like, "Come on, baby, come on." I'm looking at her, I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" She's like, "Welcome to Citadel." The name of the school was Citadel. She's like, "Welcome to Citadel."
Not welcome. That was the worst part.
And there were 2 more brawls at the end of that year.
Wow.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild, bro.
Wow.
It was wild. And then we didn't have no cars. You need a car out there. There's no way. So I used to walk 45 minutes in a brick cold.
Oh my god, this is taking me.
Ass cold.
Y'all didn't have cheese buses over there?
They did, but I couldn't because they was fucking up every kid that didn't speak.
What?
And I didn't speak to nobody. I didn't fuck with nobody. I didn't speak to nobody.
So they was fucking up the kids that wasn't talking to nobody.
They would fuck you up if you didn't talk.
Why?
One day when I was walking home, I see the South Side kids pull up. North Side and South Side.
Like, they was really getting down like that?
What? Every day I seen a gun. Every day after school. Every day after school I seen a gun. If it wasn't guns, I'll see a big ass knife. Motherfuckers bringing machetes, bro. Big ass machetes tucked in their pants, like, yo, like scraping on the floor, like, yo, what's good?
MS niggas, what the fuck is going on, B?
The worst day for me there.
In where? What the fuck is this town called?
Reading.
Reading, PA?
Yes.
Wow, niggas is getting busy in Reading.
Super.
Crazy.
I don't even call them Pennsylvania niggas. Them motherfuckers is Brooklyn niggas. Everybody there either lived in Brooklyn. No, for real, bro. I would ask them all the time, like, well, yo, where you from? Oh, Brooklyn.
What?
I'm like, yo, I see another kid. I'm like, yo, where you from? Brooklyn. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers all from Brooklyn? There was one kid. He was, I'm from Washington Heights. I'm like, great.
We got an uptown nigga.
Great.
Wow. So it was literally just Brooklyn niggas that took over a PA town.
Literally, if you just came scooped a bunch of Brooklyn niggas.
And put them somewhere.
A dash of Washington Heights and probably a dash of Bronx and just threw it in a little island. That's exactly what happened. But that wasn't even the worst day. The worst day was a winter cold brick day like this. Snow everywhere and shit. at least this is clean. There was no raking up snow or nothing, so I was just stomping through fucking snow.
Right.
And this south side, because I lived on the north side.
Okay.
This south side kid comes up to me and he's like, "What you jacking?" You know what I said? I remember this. I go, "School is life." What you mean?
School is life.
I didn't know no better, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what you mean school is life? Me trying to be a dickhead. And the motherfucker's like, "Oh, you think you funny?" Motherfucker grabbed me because it was mad alleyways. He grabbed me, put me in the alleyway. He said, "Say you Southside right now." I said, "What?" "Say you Southside right now." I said, "Nah, bro. I live in the north." Motherfucker snuffed me once. I pushed him. I ran away. That was that.
Wow.
It was like 5 deep, bro. That and, the motherfuckers had machetes tucked, bro. Machetes tucked. They had the little collarbone coming down their necks, like,
yeah,
pink. Like, it was some weird shit. Dyed it pink. Like, you already know if they had like a little tail in the back of their neck and it was pink, don't fuck with them niggas. Them motherfuckers is crazy. They don't go fuck about their own lives. That shit was wild.
Wow.
So yeah, I lived out there for a year, and I just told my mother, I was like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna finish this year, cause out there they didn't care about tests.
Yeah.
So I would just pass no matter what. Everybody failed out there. I was the only kid that had it. That was the easiest time to go to school in my life. Like, I got a 98 on all 4 of my classes or 5 of my classes.
Wow.
And I don't know how, bro, because it was the simplest shit. It was simple, but I don't know how. They just passed me and said, "Get the fuck up out of here." I was like, "I bet."
Cool.
Got my shit. I was like, I called Brandon. I'm like, "Oh, Brandon, what high school you going to?" He said, "Some shit called Health is on 14th Street."
I'm dead.
I looked at my mother and said, "Yo, bro, we're going to the, what is it, Department of Education?" Yeah, I was like, "Yo, we're going there." She put me in there right away. And that was that. And then we still kept the house. My grandfather lived out there and stuff until, fortunately, his passing 2-3 weeks ago. But that,
my condolences.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, that house, we're going to keep it. Because it just serves some memories. When I went out there the other day, like, I cried for my grandfather, but I also cried because just of the memories and the shit I've been through living there. It was like, yo, like, even that molded me. Because a lot of people say, yo, if you're from New York, you can survive everywhere.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, like, I got a little bit of both. Because you can survive out there.
Crazy shit, bro.
You can survive out there.
Because, like, I don't know. I try to think
That
about
was
it, and
some
I'm like, that's, like,
crazy
some
shit.
OD, like, city shit. But it's, like, at least the city, like, if niggas, like, got some shit on my head, they got 5 boroughs to look for me in.
Right, yeah.
Niggas got 1 grocery store, 1 hospital, you don't got nowhere to go.
And it was all, it was literally, well, these are too fancy. It was just all raggedy ass
like,
townhouses, like literally, like, yes, like just stuck together. Like there was no like.
You could be a ghetto in PA.
Yeah, basically.
I feel like there's a couple. There's a couple in PA though. I've heard. There's a couple, but
yeah,
wow.
there is.
I'm just so surprised. This is my first time hearing this story, and I've known you for so long. Like, that's so fucking funny.
That's
to me.
OD.
I don't think I ever told anybody, Brandon, because he knows, but anybody else, like, I don't think I've ever told this story to anybody in health.
Wow, bro.
Besides, well, you know.
Wow, so like you really came to health like like how did you feel coming to health? Like how was it?
I felt so fucking relieved. You don't understand. Like I literally felt like a whole new world. I was like, okay, like we're here now. Like we're
back,
good.
you know.
We're good.
Bro,
like I don't gotta watch over my back.
Funny, bro. Like I never like got that like. I never would have thought like I was like going through high school. I'm like, oh, so well. I never thought like this thing went through some shit. Like I never got that vibe from you. That's so fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, like even with health, I appreciated from health the diversity. It was so many different types of people there. Like once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like this is about to be fun. This is about to be fun.
Wow, high school. High school was a time.
Yeah, no. I knew we got big into like Soho culture. And,
yes.
I feel like that shaped your,
shit. Going to Soho every day after school for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah, she was just right there.
Every day, just for no reason at all. Just let's go walk around. Let's see what we see.
And I never forget the day like I met y'all in the middle of Soho, and it was just like I can't tell that story right now. We're gonna talk about that after.
Fuck, I want to know
the 18 Reasons Why story.
Oh.
Well, we'll talk about that later. We'll round about that later.
Yes.
I didn't like that he made the face that you be making when it's like that.
It was like
that, yeah, I don't like that.
Because it was like the gist of the story is basically
that's so fire.
They ran into me. I'm just like, bro, like, wait. I heard something about you. I heard something about you. And I'm just like...
Oh
That's so
God.
fire how you said something that I completely forgot about, but I knew exactly what
You're
you were
talking about? Literally.
That's the flashball memory shit. Like,
Literally,
true
bro.
word.
Because we just saw each other and we were dying. We were just like, what the fuck? Everything turned out...
Fuck that. I was scared.
Everything turned out to be
scared.
fine in
Okay.
the whole roundabout. It was just like some stupid shit, but it was just like... It was just like a moment, and you were just like, nah. And yeah, we were right. Like, it was cool.
I was sure well.
Yo, yeah, same. I don't know. But we'll get right past that. But nah, getting back to I don't even know what I'm getting back to.
At this point, because I feel like
I was just giving a brief little summary of
no, yeah,
a little upbringing.
no, yeah. I think that was a nice like history. I like knowing how like where people come from and everything. So cool. So when did the music essentially like? All right, great. You're making trash music, and then what?
When did you feel like?
What changed? Like, what made you actually be all right? Let me actually make music now. Not
What was
like,
the
let me
drop?
just
Like,
fuck
what was the drop
around,
that made
like-
you feel that like word?
Not even a drop. It was a song that I made called Bahamas.
Mm.
That was my first time actually recording in a studio.
Okay.
It was thanks to Luca. Luca was the one like, yo, I know this dude in Yonkers. He charges $35 an hour. And he has a home studio, but it's fucking great. He was like, I'm going to bring you out here. I was like, can I record? Because I don't got money. Excuse me. He was like, yeah, I'll let you record one or two. I was like, all right, bet. I got there. Everybody's finishing their session. And he was with his other friend. And I'm watching this shit. And I'm just like, these motherfuckers is great.
Right.
Like, and I'm here I am with my song, like, yo, like, I got this YouTube beat and I got this, like, lyrics. Like, I want to, like, bust this out real quick. And there's, like, 30 minutes left. And I'm like, there's no way in how I'm going to get this song in.
Right.
That's a feeling I feel like a lot of artists will relate to. If you go to the studio with a bunch of niggas and you didn't really pay, you want to get that song in, you're just like, fuck, I want to
Kinda
record
just
this
sitting
song.
there like this.
Yeah, like, you just rubbing knees and shit
Make
like
it
that.
on time at the end.
Oh, you're
like,
not done? Oh, you got to do ad-libs? All right, bro.
You got to do ad-libs.
All right, bro.
Because you can't say nothing. You're not paying for shit.
Of course not.
You know?
And I don't even know nobody there, so I'm just like, yo, let me just, like, I just
Yeah.
kept talking to Luca, like, yo, bro, can I, all right. So, I was like, it was like, there's 30 minutes left. And Luca tells me, he's like, yo, bro, like, there's 30 minutes left. Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I'm going to record. I don't give a fuck if this, like, I only get a verse in, but I want to record. At that point, I was very confident with my music and with myself.
Okay.
So, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And he was like, all right. And the engineer's like, dude, you sure? Like, I'm wrapping up. Like, you sure? I'm like, yep, I'm ready. He was like, all right, bet, get in there. I knocked that song out in 10 minutes. One take. And then I did the ad-libs. I was out of there. And when I got out, I see everybody just smiling at me in shock. And I'm just like, I'm looking at everybody like, what the, because when you're in a booth, you don't hear shit. And I'll purposely, like, even still to this day, I purposely turn my back. Because sometimes you feed off the energy, but sometimes I don't. Because you see one nigga just sitting there with their phone and headphones, just like, nah. That pisses me the fuck off.
Facts.
I'm sorry, like, anybody in the studio, you sit there in the studio, you're just on your phone with headphones or even on FaceTime, it pisses me the fuck off.
Facts.
Yeah, just listen to something else.
Yeah, like, bro, you don't even have to listen to what I'm doing, but just be there, bro. Like, what do you, like, it's, like, I find that so disrespectful. But not one person, there was like 10 niggas in there. And they didn't even know me. Not one person was sitting down. They were all just standing up, looking at me like, yo, bro, like, shocked. Like, bro, you knocked that shit out. Like, that shit was hard. And like, I'm just like, you sure? Like, I'm looking, because Brandon was with me. And I'm looking at Brandon like, yo, these niggas gassed me up. And he's like, nah, bro, these niggas was dead fucking with your shit. And I'm like, all right. I heard it back. And when because I purposely didn't hear it back to the headphone. Like, there was no time. I was just like, I was out of there. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, he's like, you want me to play it back? I was like, oh, yeah, sure. He played it back and he edited it somehow, some way. And I was just like, that's me? Like, that's me? Like, that's me? And he was like, yeah, bro, you killed that shit. You killed that shit. And I'm like, okay. I get in a car ride home. And I'm listening to it through my headphones. And I got so fucking hyped out of nowhere. It was just like, yo, like, this shit is fucking hard. Like, I just made this shit in like 15, 20 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Like, and Brandon's amping me up like, yo, bro, that shit hard. That shit is hard. And I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, now I'm taking this shit seriously. Because I knew I was going to take it seriously, but I wasn't doing it. You feel me? Like, it was just a matter of just talking and not really doing it. And that point, I was just like, okay, this shit is popping. Like, all right, let's get this shit on the road.
Never released the song, though.
Never released it because it's not good enough now compared to the other shit that I'm doing. I have a whole album that my engineer, Phil, did. been working on. He's the one that works at Quads.
Right.
I've been working on a whole entire album called Wolves. That's the whole why I dropped all these other albums in a scheme of like wolves in some type of way. Like Canis Lupus is like it means wolves in
Latin, right?
Latin, yes. And then A Kid Cried Wolf was the recent one. I really didn't think that one through. I was just like, fuck it.
7:30 p.m. Yeah, was the first.
7:30. 7:30. Damn, great point right there. That one is when I knew I wanted to do music. Like I wasn't. There was no intentions, no way in hell, of me like wanting to do music before I did it. I just know I wanted to pour my feelings out on something. Like even if you think it through, like if you really listen to the lyrics, I'm not making no sense whatsoever, just words. But like for some people, if you put it together, you'd be like, okay, like this motherfucker's sad about something. Like, so I just knew I just wanted to express it somehow, some way, and that was that with that. But then like Bahamas was the one like at a professional like studio level where I was like, okay, like let's get this shit rocking. But with Wolves was done for the past 3 years. Like it's been like in a process, and it's done, but I haven't heard it in a while on purpose because I don't want to be like, yo, I can't put this out. But for some reason I feel it like that's still not compared to the shit I'm working on now. So I'm just like, fuck, I might just drop it.
Is it like your Days Before Rodeo kind
Yes, it's like if like Travis did Days Before Rodeo and he never dropped it, but he's on, I'm not gonna say Astroworld. He's working on Huncho Jack right now. It's like, do you drop Days Before Rodeo?
Actually, you can't. Ooh, that's. You sure you want to use Huncho Jack as your?
I can't say Astroworld.
Birds in the Trap singing night.
I would say Birds in the Trap.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because on a very strong take in our household and just with the people I know is that Huncho Jack was way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
Oh
and
yeah,
it did not get the respect.
I feel that way.
It did not get the respect it needed to because it was ahead of its time. Production wise, everything.
That's with that shit. You just gave me chills. With that shit,
duo aspect,
I feel like there was so much music being flooded at once that there was no time for listeners to really catch on to that.
It got buried very quickly. Like it got buried very quickly.
It's funny. It's funny to say buried and like the time you bring it up. It came out. It was like a snowstorm.
I think so.
Yeah, I remember shoveling.
What the fuck
snow.
was I doing? What day was that?
I was shoveling snow to listen to Huncho Jack.
I don't even remember the day it came out.
I remember.
It was 2018?
I just remember hearing it. Was it 18 or 17?
It could be 16, bro.
Nah,
no,
16 was
Birds in the Trap.
Yeah. 16,
Pretty
17
sure
was
17.
Birds.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, fact check this, please.
That album out 17?
Yeah, we got me child in the middle.
Yeah. And 18 was Astroworld.
Yeah. 2017 was a weird year. I don't remember.
2017 was a good year. I remember
But it was a good year for music.
Yeah. I was talking to Max about that, my boy Max. And 2017 and 2018. Well, no, 2016 and 2017. 2016, was another one. Another good year for you.
2016 was just 2016.
Maybe
of its own.
Maybe Huncho Jack is the album of 2017. It's like, it's good, but you don't remember it too much type shit.
That's an album that I could put on and I'll be like, I'll feel like it's new.
No funny shit. I haven't.
You know what the album is of 2017? Culture. You're bugging out. It's Culture. Culture dropped January of 2017.
Amari. No, I'm saying in terms of 2017 as a year of itself, you know, like
the description of the year.
Yeah, like 2017.
You know, when I think of Culture, I think of our entire yes.
Oh my.
I know. Because me and him always bond over the fact that we were both on senior winter trips when the album came out.
Bro.
Yo,
two different
like
schools.
once we walked in there, we was playing fucking like.
And you know what's crazy?
Jumping on beds.
For me, it was right. It came out right when I was leaving, like my winter trip.
No,
like it was like I had a day left.
It came out the Friday, morning, and the Friday we got there, it was just on repeat. Motherfuckers was in the bus bumping that shit.
Oh like, yeah, we were in the bus bumping that shit.
I woke up because I think it dropped late, right? It didn't drop at 12.
No, it dropped late.
I woke up. I was like, I was literally on my phone taking a shit. I'm like, oh shit, Culture drop. I put it on. I'm just like, this is gonna be an amazing weekend. That was my next exact.
Was it not an amazing weekend? Yep. Amazing weekend.
Kelly Price is just.
Yo, that is the song.
That was the song. Like once we walked in, that bitch, motherfuckers was jumping out couches, jumping on beds.
Bro.
Yo, I don't even know who came in with a speaker with Kelly Price playing again because we had it on the phone just playing. Somebody walked in with a speaker through the back door. I'm just like, oh, this is lit.
Bro, I just remember walking through the hallway of the hotel or the resort we were at and just hearing different songs from Culture in different people's rooms, and I was like, yo, this shit's about to take over, and that truly was the album of the year.
I feel like that was Migos' breakout. Because Versace was Versace, but then at the same time, I feel like
everybody always talks about Versace being Versace and Drake putting the Migos on.
Yeah,
and I was sitting here like, I don't know if it's just because I'm a hip hop head and I make it my job to listen to music, like, so I can't approach everything with this mentality. But like, I knew about Young Rich Niggas and Young Rich Nation because I knew about Wishy Washy, Baker's Man, Fine, like shit like that, Handsome and Wealthy. Like, I knew songs, like very big songs by the Migos that were all on older projects.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, for me, it didn't seem like
such like
Culture made them break because I guess they were so like engulfed into my shit
I feel like
already.
Culture made them.
No, I feel like Culture
made them household names, bro.
Yes,
like, Culture was the fucking album.
But I also feel like the culture itself, brought them in. Like, okay, like these are the Migos and put them up there.
I feel like it solidified their
solidify was the word.
It solidified their standing as a group, especially because they had the albums that they had. And then Takeoff was locked up for a minute. Yeah. And then Culture comes out where he's then again now.
Wait, Takeoff was locked up?
For a minute.
Was it
Offset?
Was it Offset?
It was Offset.
They both have been locked up.
Oh, they was both?
Point.
Oh, shit.
Can you check this up, please?
Yes, sir.
Pretty sure Takeoff was locked up for a minute.
Because I think it was Offset, because that's when they did that song with Chris Brown and French Montana, and Offset was the only one missing. It was only Quavo and Takeoff. And that's when
Bad and Bougie, Takeoff was left off.
I was trying to think.
Because I'm thinking of the academics.
I was about to say the exact words he said.
Nah, I think it was Offset.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's when he had
blue
hair.
I could have swore Takeoff was also locked up. Point is, whoever was locked up. The point is that Culture then brought them back together as a group, where it then solidified not only their space in the music, but their space as a group, like as a rap group. And I think that culturally, like, did that for them, for sure. Wow, great album. Great album. Wow,
that shit is a great album.
Amazing weekend.
No.
What is your guys' top 3 albums of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Mine very much leans like...
Well, no, let me say the 2000s. 2010s. Let's do that.
Okay, wow, that's...
2010?
Damn, 9. I don't have a list.
I feel like...
Because my all-time list is just very much a big homage to classics. Just because in respect to shit. Like, the most recent, like, album I have on my top 10 of all time is Good Kid, Mad City. Like, that's the only album that's on my official top 10 of all time. Type shit. But a lot of my shit is old shit. That's just respect to the culture and the influence it had. Like AT Aliens is on there by Outkast. Either that or Aquemini. One or the other. I like both of them the same amount, but at different points. Or, like... Get Rich or Die Trying, just because I absolutely, what it did for, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are my top 10 of all time. But it's like, now you just made me have to make a list for 2010s, because I dead don't have
2010s and up.
I dead don't have one.
I feel like for me,
that's so hard to me right now, because now I really got to condense
my shit
again.
What is it, 19 Joey Badass album? I know that's one.
Really? 1999?
1999? Yeah. Yeah, it could, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's...
He said it could be, but man, music has dropped since.
But, like, I feel like for me, like, what got me into Pro Era was, like, peep the Summer Nights. I love Summer Nights and, like, peep the Apocalypse, like, those, like, collabs, like, the early Steez days, like those early songs. I love 1999, though.
Because it was so raw.
Yeah. Yeah, like, yo,
it was gritty as fuck,
bro, and
they didn't give a fuck.
That sound was like old as shit, and people was like trying to clown them for it, but that shit was just, I don't know, it spoke to that like old.
For them to bring it back
shit.
And make it cool,
was
different.
Definitely have to put for me for 2010s Earl, I would say Doris.
Yeah,
it's Doris.
It's Doris. It is Doris.
It
is Doris.
I love
I don't like shit. I don't like shit. I don't go outside. But Doris is really, like, what roped it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So about Earl Sweatshirt, right?
Yeah.
Doris was...
That's a great choice.
Yeah. Nah, all through middle school, I was on some, like...
How do you feel about Earl's new music?
Yeah,
it's always, like, I don't like it, and I go back to him, like, oh, it's kind of hard.
No, it's never. Like, it's kind of hard for me. I'll let you know that.
Bro,
I can't do it.
Feet of Clay?
It's not growing
I don't know
if
you really went through it that bad.
Nah, I haven't.
Feet of Clay has a couple that I'll...
Which one was the last one? I know
Feet of Clay, I believe.
Feet of Clay, right? And what was one before that? Some
rap
songs.
Some rap songs, yeah.
Some rap songs grew on me. I would say that.
I didn't even listen to the recent one. The first one that he dropped after a long time, I was like, yeah.
Was the one with the fucked up graphic?
Fucked up graphic.
Yeah, I was just like, what is this? Like, is this
you
really?
have,
like, I thought like I'm looking and I'm just like, is this Earl sweatshirt? Like,
yeah.
I was
it was like a Deku moment for me too. Like, is this really like a son?
Yeah, I was
dropping this shit, bro. Like,
no.
I gave it a full run listen through, and I was like,
no, that's not it.
And I thought about giving it another one. I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, you have to leave it alone.
Yeah.
You go back to it and then actually go in now, just analyzing it. You might think differently of it.
Yeah.
I know I am.
You know, but like, and I think that's just also
I would say that about
like,
some rap songs. Feet of Clay.
I said that about a lot of albums, to be honest.
True.
Like, you just gotta give it time. I think any album you give like time, and you go back to it. It's either you go back and it's that immediate euphoric feeling of, wow, this hits exactly how it did the first time, and if not better, or you go back to something that you didn't like and you're just like, you either like, nah, this is trash. This is as bad as I remember it, maybe worse. Yeah. Or you're like, huh, okay, I see what they did sonically here. I see this transition between this, and that's kind of fire. Like, I think with age, like, you also, and like, especially with artists and like creatives in the realm that me and O are in, like, you're able to grow with time and then approach shit like with whole new perspectives, because you've either made so much music or spoken to so many people who make so much like content that you have so many new perspectives that you're not even thinking about. So then you go analyze shit again, and it's like those perspectives all come into play, and you're like, oh shit, like, that's fire. I like that I even like can apply it to that, like apply that to this now. No, but yeah, I recommend revisiting it. What would you put on your top 3 of the 2010s and up?
2010s and up. I'm putting Man on the Moon 2.
Okay.
That was 20...
Actually, was it 2010?
I think it was 2010 on the dot.
I think it might be.
Because 2009 was Man on the Moon 1. Or 2008.
You got it. Okay. 2010, right on the dot.
Okay.
So Man on the Moon 2.
I feel like there's some noteworthy ones for you that should jump out.
I'm not putting Astroworld.
I was going to say Astroworld.
I wasn't going to say Astroworld either.
I'll put Days Before Rodeo.
Interesting. I was going to say Rodeo.
But is that a really album? It's not considered an album.
Yes, it is. Days Before is not considered an album. Rodeo
actually, I would put Rodeo instead.
Yeah. You know what the fuck I'm talking about?
I would put Rodeo.
Okay, but why?
Because Days Before Rodeo, I was like, okay, I discovered Travis. I was like, what the flying shit is this? But Rodeo, I was excited for it. So excited that when it dropped, I got the leaks. Sorry. Of course. But I got the leaks, and I heard Pornography, and I was sitting on my porch in PA, and I literally dove headfirst off the porch. Like, that was like, I tripped, but like, I didn't do it on purpose. I tripped. And I hit myself, and I got up right back, and I just kept jumping. I felt like I was in a fucking mosh pit. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? My mother thought I was going insane.
Of course.
And that one, like, it's the way he had T.I. narrated as well, like on some Cudi shit, like how Cudi had a comment on it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this motherfucker's a genius. And that was the album that he had the connections. And even Mike Dean really came through. It was just like, okay, like, let's work. I feel like a lot of artists' first breakthrough album is always their best. Because he lost me at Birds. I love Travis to death, but he lost me at Birds. He stole half of the album. He bought all those beats. He bought like the what is it, dancehall type shit?
Really stealing
I was behind.
That was a whole nother song that dropped already.
Really stealing the album?
I feel like, okay, there was, what album did Drake just let go? That you have so much money that you don't really have to really sit there and like, okay, let me write, let me do this, let me cook up. Like, Travis for Birds, he didn't do that. Travis like barely cooked up on Birds. And then I'm looking at the credits. I always look at the credits. There's a shitload of people in the credits. I'm like, oh, he let go. He let go. And then when I found out with that Guidance song, that dude already dropped the song, instead of Travis making it a remix, he just renamed it as his own song and just put the dude in the credits. He didn't put him as a feature. That itself, I was like, okay. Like, he did some, like, okay, shit, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm already up here. I'm lit. I don't care. Shit. I was explaining that to somebody the other day. Like, I was like, the best way to put it, I feel like he was like, I'm lit. Like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did introduce Nav, to the mainstream.
Yeah.
On that album too.
He did.
Yeah, he actually did. That was to me. That was probably the best song on that album was SDP Interlude to me.
Yeah, that's a great fucking song. And I had to go back to the album to be like, wow, this song's amazing. Like, that wasn't the first song that stuck out to me. But I went back to it and I was like, wow.
To get Cassie after so long and nobody's even thinking about Cassie, not in a bad way, but it's just like her voice is angelic and nobody really thinks of just like, look, let me get Cassie for this. And then when I heard, I swear, I did not, like my sister told me, I did not believe that was Cassie. I was like, that's not Cassie. That's not Cassie.
That's not Cassie.
And then I'm like, yo, she really bodied this. Travis actually made that beat. That was the only beat Travis worked on on the album. And it makes so much fucking sense. Yeah. But I cried for 808s and I cried for that song. And then when I also heard Through the Late Night, I didn't fuck with it as much, but I cried just at the simple fact that I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are on a song together? Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And my third album, I would have to say Collection 1, St. John.
Really?
St. John is really fucking good to me. That motherfucker is going to be
Collection
so...
1? I'm respectful for Collection 1.
Yo, Collection 1, you hear that shit really, like, through?
Yeah.
And it just does something to me.
It's a great
He
project.
hasn't failed me yet. I'm going to be honest. He hasn't besides the last album, only because he redid a lot of songs.
Yes.
But to me, that idea is still cool, because who's done that?
Right.
Bro, I don't want that.
No
one's done it.
Everybody I'm talking to, nobody wants it. But you know what's funny? He actually made me fuck with High School Reunion even more now. That verse, the energy he just comes in with, like, it just turns up automatically. And then, like, okay, cool. Uzi's verse was mid to me. It's typical Uzi.
Yeah. That's what I'm like saying. Like,
Monica
I kind of
Lewinsky.
just wanted a new project.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I feel like,
we all
at
wanted
this
a new
point,
project.
I was just like, and then I didn't even listen to it. Once O told me what was going on, I was like, I'm not going to listen. I don't care.
You know why he did that, though? It was because of Roses. The Roses remix.
Yeah, of course.
He said, oh, this happened? All right,
so now I'm going to do it everything. Yep.
He's like,
and Rose's remix like hit with what? Future, I think J Balvin.
I didn't even like that. I didn't like none of that.
There was a couple remixes.
Roses, to me, Roses should have just been left alone as
its own.
Yeah.
It's funny because Roses blew up with the Future remix.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people didn't know who St. John was.
A lot of people that still don't know who St. John is, they'll put it on Instagram
and I'm
I'll
just
see
like,
Future
wow. And I'll be
Roses.
sitting there like, that's crazy. Y'all niggas don't know.
I'm like, yo, y'all don't even know the other shit he has. Like, I try my best to put so many people on to St. John because it's like, yo, you need. It's not even me trying to just put them on. It's like, no, you need to listen to this shit.
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
Beautiful.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, son, you already know what
And he's being managed by Biggs. It's just like everything for him is just going so good.
Nah,
Get cultured. Y'all foolish.
For
I
real.
heard St. John by now.
Collection 1, it just does something to me. Like, if you listen to it through, it's just like, you've definitely, I can promise you that, like, Brilliant Bitch, nobody's ever heard some shit like that. What was the other one? That fucking...
Ooh, hold up.
God Bless the Internet? Oh, my
God
goodness.
Bless the Ratchets?
No, God Bless the Internet. No.
Oh, God Bless the Internet. Yeah, that's two of them.
Yeah, God Bless the Internet. Oh, my goodness.
Nah, this is the first.
And Selfish. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Roses. This is the first like Roses, Selfish, of course, Brilliant Bitch, Some Nights, and then this is the first time I ever heard St. John. And cause I remember like just seeing the cross and everything, and I'm just like, and he just went up. Like Ghetto Lenny, just I feel like that
skyrocketed.
It brings me back to like a certain point in my life, and I love albums that do that. You know, it reminds me of like August 2019. Like always bring me back. Like, right there. Bro.
That's why I always try so hard whenever album drops, I put myself in a certain position. Like I'm like, yo, I want this to be a memory. Like you feel me? Like
it's funny because, when All I Want Is a Yacht dropped, and my brother looked at me like, yo, you know St. John? I looked at him like,
nigga, how do you know St. John?
Nigga, shout out Quasi though. But that was just a funny moment. I'm just like, yeah, I know St. John. Well, you like St. John too?
You like St. John? Yeah, I like St. John.
But it was just a funny moment, you know? I'm just like, word. So like that's when I see that like, okay, you're breaking out of that like early like stage of people listening to you into like a wider demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, I've been just trying to jam it into people like, yo, listen to St. John's, listen to St. John. But then when they actually listen to it, like they're so appreciative, like, yo, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, really? That's why I went so hard.
I'm glad you fucking liked it.
Yo.
Dick. Like, I tried. I've been trying to do this.
No. And now, still to this day, motherfuckers still hit me up like, yo, St. John's fucking great. I'm like, bro, like, okay, I get it. I try to put you on.
So we're going to roll right into our last
little segment.
So
every episode, you know, we do Lingo Talk with the Lingo. Being a Harlem native, you know, what's one of your favorite...
Or a PA one, bro.
Or a PA one.
No.
But he said we're not doing that. What is your favorite, like, absolute favorite lingo term that you've ever heard? Doesn't matter if you used it or you just grew up with it. You give me a couple, but, like, some real New York shit. Or some PA shit. But that's really up to you. hopefully some Harlem shit. Because there's some shit that's straight Harlem shit.
Fuck, I can't think of it. I know I use, like...
Yeah.
The blindsiding question.
It
really gets everybody. Because I know my favorite Harlem term.
What's that?
Or, like, I know it originated in Harlem, and it's jiggy. Jiggy's one of my favorite slang terms in general, and that's, like...
You know what's funny? I have a song
Harlem
called
term.
Jiggy. I would say Jiggy.
Yeah?
I feel like if it wasn't for Rocky, I would never use that word. Jiggy is one.
Jiggy. I love Jiggy. I think Jiggy's a great word.
Jiggy is one. Fuck, there's one, like, specifically, like...
Digging in the archive.
Fuck, Y'all can't... Y'all don't got any in the top of your head? That might be it.
We know New York shit, but...
Fuck, no, because I know New York shit, but I'm trying to be specific on Harlem.
I don't know Harlem shit like
You
that.
can tell us your favorite lingo.
Yeah, in general.
I mean, there's a lot that I don't even use. I don't know if you guys are not aware of it anymore. Like, I'm at a point I'm not aware I use
Bro,
it.
like
dead ass.
You be with Kizzy just now, and that...
Yo, he told me, he was like, I never heard that. I was like, no, I've heard it. I've definitely heard niggas say no Kizzy.
Nah, for me, that happened so randomly. Like, it was on the phone. I'm just like, yeah, no Kizzy. My friend's like, when the fuck you started using that? I said, I don't know.
I don't know,
since
bro.
Then, I just can't stop. No cap. No cap is it cap. I don't know if that's Atlanta though.
No cap, it is Atlanta.
Yeah. It is.
It just, we brought it here.
Nah. That Kizzy shit pieced me. I was like, I
Dub,
never heard this shit.
G shit. That's a lot of shit I use. Like, I use G shit a lot. No
Dub,
funny
I use
shit.
a lot.
No funny shit.
Yeah, no funny.
funny
Yo, actually, no funny shit. Because I'm not aware that I do it so much that I'm not aware that I say it.
This segment makes me aware of what I say. Like, because then I think about it and I'm like, wow,
This
I
is
use that
great
a lot.
then. Like, because now I'm about to start thinking like, yo, I really say this shit.
I say that a lot. Like, I love when I talk to somebody and I realize, like, wow, they say that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something that's, like, not that, like, common. Like, I used to know somebody and they used to say all of the above. Like, they would say something, they would, like, just keep rambling.
You talking to Mano?
And then the last thing they would say is, and all of the above. And I'd be like,
the fuck that mean?
like, they'd be like, you know, like, she's wilding, he's wilding, like, we could do this, and all of the above. Like, no, just...
All the above.
And she didn't realize she used to say it. So at some point in time, I was like, yo, you know you say that? She was like, I say what? I was like, and all the above. She was like, no way. I was like, yes, bro. How do you?
That's
and
fucking
like,
hilarious.
You know, it makes you realize sometimes you're not even fully cognizant of the words you say. Like, nah, but no funny shit is one of my biggest ones. Dub, yeah.
No funny shit is when I'm angry as fuck.
No funny shit.
And I'm explaining the story and I'm like, yo, no funny shit, bro. Like,
blowing mine, for real.
You blowing mines. Oh, yeah,
you
blowing
mines. Yeah.
This nigga blowing mines. I got dead ass. I got dub. No funny shit. That's pretty much the ones I really use.
Word.
No Kizzy is another one I just like.
No Kizzy.
Because the thing with these lingos is it just
I
comes.
like no Kizzy's a New York thing though. Like
it is.
It is. Like no Kizzy like reminds me of like, oh yeah, shit's Gucci. Like, you know, like, and I remember we spoke about that a minute ago, like you hated that era where shit was Gucci and like niggas just started using shit like that. Like that's a Fendi. Like bro,
valid is another one I use too.
Valid,
That's
yeah.
just valid.
That's just valid. That's valid. Yeah, you use valid a lot too.
Yeah.
Like very like passingly though. You don't like you're just like, yeah, that's valid. Yeah.
I remember when I first got my job, I'd like, cause now I know how to like switch the knob.
You
like
have to.
I can talk proper, and then I can talk with
like
my
a
shit.
New Yorker, facts.
So like, I'm dealing with a customer, the motherfuckers come in and stuff, and I forgot one of my friends, it was either Brandon or one of these dudes. They come in, I'm like, yo, what's good, my nigga? Like, yo, that ass, no funny shit, this and that, like, blase, blah.
Blase, blah.
Yo,
the dude is still looking at me like, he's like, you just flipped the knob. Like, I'm just like, yeah. And then he did it to me. He was like, nah, no funny shit, my nigga. Like,
that's
I'm like,
funny, wow.
He's like, yeah, that shit. I was like, I didn't realize that until that day.
Hey, man, shout out to code switching.
No, for real, but
switching the knob.
Yo, with that being said, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of The Lingo. Y'all know me. It's your homie ATM.
And it's your boy O.
And now you know our homie Shuttleboy. Tune in. Get connected. All his information is going to be down in our description. If you want to plug anything.
Shout out to my boy Makasu. Delapo, The Way of Life.
Hey.
Psyche Beats project coming soon. Psyche Boy coming soon. That's about it.
Facts. And with that being said, y'all, it's The Lingo. Stay up and be easy. Peace.
Yes, Sirski.